This is Oblivion. In today's video, we're doing a summer vacation summoning video, and man, there is a lot to talk about tonight. This banner is insane. Today has been insane, so I'm just kind of overwhelmed, to be honest, already, and it hasn't even started summoning yet. So let's start with the goals. The goals is we want one of each character, at least, right? I kind of want merges, but I know that's a bad idea. When it comes to Claude, I would love to merge up Claude, but I also kind of want speed and defense rain fodder, right? Like for Elincia, that would be amazing. So I want that. There's a good chance my wallet just gets destroyed. So if you see this video is like, I don't know, 45 minutes or something, that's probably what happened. And there's so much to talk about. Oh, also, if you want to see my original reaction to the banner, it's over on Tacho's channel. I'll leave a link in the description down below. So let's go ahead and start because there's so much to do. So let's start with something that's not on the... Oh, we're going to do all colors, obviously, because we're trying to get everything here. Let's start with something that's not Fire Emblem related, I guess. Today, we had the Final Fantasy VII 25th anniversary stream. It was only 10 minutes long, but it was like the best 10 minutes of my life this year. I don't even know. I was so happy. They announced not only Remake Part 2, remake of Crisis Core. We got to see more of Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. For people who don't know it, like who don't play Final Fantasy VII or haven't played it, it's like if they took Radiant Dawn and then broke apart each part of Radiant Dawn into sections and made a whole game on it, like expanded on it, right? So like, I'm just way too happy. I'm a giant Final Fantasy VII nerd. I have a ton of merch. I've been playing it for over... has it been 20 years? It's been almost 20 years of me playing Final Fantasy VII. So I'm a big Final Fantasy VII fan. And it was amazing. I was so excited I could barely breathe. By the end of it, I felt like I was going to throw up because I was just too filled with emotion. So it's been a very good day. I've been having a very, very good day. But let's start talking about Fire Emblem a bit, right? Because we have this banner, and this is an absolutely insane banner. It's probably one of the best banners we've gotten all... It might be the best banner we've gotten all year. Like, I guess a Hero Rises might have like higher value, obviously. But a new unit banner, right? Like, we haven't gotten one like this in a very long time, where every unit on the banner is amazing. Even the free-to-play unit we're getting is amazing. So it's just like a complete win. No matter what you're going for here, whatever character you're going for, there's something here for everyone, and each of them are going to be able to do a lot of things. So I guess we should start by talking about... Let's start talking about Dimitri, right? So we have Dimitri. He's finally not a Lance unit. So that's number one thing I'm the most happy about, is that we have gone the Three Houses Lords, and they are not the same weapon type. I'm so annoyed and tired of just having all Bow Claudes, all Lance Dimitris, all Axe Edelgards. Like, it's so just boring and stupid. So I'm so glad we're finally getting some weapon diversity. We can start to finally, you know, diversify the emblems for each character. So first of all, I'm really happy about that. Unfortunately, I guess not unfortunately, but Dimitri does have, essentially it's like aerated bar, but like they put like wood on it, and so now it's an axe. So I find that kind of funny, but it doesn't really bother me at all, to be honest. So we have Unyielding Ore, or Unyielding Boar as I like to call it. It has Canto remaining +1. It has -1 cooldown. And then if you have more than 25% HP, which is like pretty much all the time, you'll get +5 stats. And then if bonus is on foe, or your speed is +10 or higher, you get a Brave effect, and it's dual phase. So this is like extremely powerful. This is like ridiculously a good weapon. I'm very, very happy with it. And he has a really good stat line to go along with it. He has 40 HP, 42 attack, 40 speed with a super boon, 35 defense, and 17 resistance. So it's a pretty typical Dimitri stat line. Unfortunately, I wish they would have like swapped the attack and speed, because you do have that speed condition in your weapon, right? So I would have liked to have the 42 speed and then like maybe a super boon there, so he could have been really fast. 40 speed with the super boon is obviously still very good, but it's a little bit below some other units we have in the game. But I don't think it matters much, because Dimitri also has Atrocity as pretty much every character on this banner, and unfortunately not Elincia because she doesn't have her own preference skill, but they all got their preference B skills. So, like, it just adds so much value to these characters, right? Like, it's kind of insane. And the other cool thing is, if you think really far in the future, they all have preference weapons, meaning that they'll all be due for refines. Okay, we got Lind. Interesting. I think I actually have her pretty highly merged just by random pulls. But yeah, the thing I was saying is because they are preference weapons in several years, if the game is still here, that would be actually be able to get refines because all the preference weapon seasonals get refined. So that's really cool. That's a really good sign, right? Like shows you that they're gonna have some value because that's one of the biggest problems with seasonals is that they just don't get refined if they don't have a preference weapon, which just sucks to be honest. So I'm very happy to see that. But they also have the preference skills. So we have Dimitri here with a dual phrase brave weapon with full might, right? Because it's a conditional brave. It's not a typical brave weapon. You get the full 16 might on that thing. And then you have true damage because you have atrocity. And if you've ever seen legendary Dimitri with like one of the ninja lances, that thing does damage. Like that thing is scary how much damage that thing can do. So this unit's going to be extremely powerful. It's going to be, you know, you're going to be able to go in player phase. You're going to be able to destroy them not only because you can go in and hit. On the second hit, you're going to get a special if they don't have a guard effect. So you can get something like Ruptured Sky or Moonbow or Glimmer. And if you don't want to do that, you can run Gale Force because he has the cooldown reduction finally. So he can actually run Gale Force extremely well. He's going to be just a powerhouse unit. When it comes to new fodder, he has Speed, Defense, Menace. I'm not the biggest fan of Menace skills. I think they're good on certain units who can take advantage of debuffs, but they're not like amazing on everyone in my opinion. When it comes to horses, they don't have like the best C skills, so it kind of makes sense. You don't. Honestly, the thing I wish they would have given him was Speed Smoke 4, but it's way too soon to rerun it already. But that would be the ideal thing for me, right? Having Speed Smoke 4 would be really, really good because it would allow him to be a better dual phase unit, right? Like the thing about mixed phased units is that when it comes to like something like Dimitri, even if you have a far safe protecting him, like he's gonna be a good mixed phase unit, but I think Legendary Dimitri will still be better because he can stack damage reduction, right? You can have Legendary Dimitri who has the damage reduction in his weapon, he has the damage reduction in Vital Astra, and so that's going to help him a lot. Well, this Dimitri won't have that if you don't have Speed Smoke 4. But the cool thing is that he'll have the dual phase Brave. So if he has the dual phase Brave active, then there's a good chance you attack him, you do some damage, but then he's going to smack you in the face twice, and you're probably not going to be doing too well. Unless you're like an extremely tanky green unit. So, yeah, that's... this unit's looking amazing. The other thing, right, is he can run quads. So if you get the doubles in, and there's no one to deny your doubles, then you can get a quad in, and get 2 special activations, which is really, really powerful. Not many units are going to be surviving that. The thing is, he has no NFU, right? Because he has Atrocity in his B slot, you can't run a flow skill. No flow skill means no guaranteed quad by any means. But you can use Fallen Lilith to give him NFU. Oh my god, yes! Let's go. So because I want all the units, I'm very scared of if I have to choose who to spark. So this is a good sign. Plus attack. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Minus resistance is still good. I would, you know, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't need a billion merches. So that's a very, very good IV. You want plus attack, definitely. Even though she doesn't have a super boon in attack. We'll get to that in a second, I guess. Hopefully. If I can stop talking about Dimitri. Do we keep pulling reds? Yeah, we're going to keep pulling reds. I mean, it's Altina. I know it's Edelgard in the front, but for me, it's Altina, right? The fact that Edelgard has a brave effect in her weapon is because of Altina, in my opinion, right? I'm going to give her as much credit as I possibly can. But yeah, finishing off Dimitri, he's going to be a very powerful unit. He's going to be amazing in AR. He's going to be amazing in SD probably. Well, on maps that Cavs can do well. Arena, not so much, right? He doesn't really have that great of scoring. Even with Blue Dual Cav, he's going to be decent, but not amazing, right? He'll be doing 185. 185 is pretty good. It's actually really solid, but you know you're going to have to get a plus 10 Dimitri, which is going to be pretty hard. Unless you're going all in here. So let's move on to another unit so I can stop talking about Dimitri, because I can literally do that all night long. So we have Micaiah, and I'm a big Radiant Dawn fan. I love Micaiah, don't get me wrong. But I'm kind of sad that they put Micaiah here again, because there is a, what's the word? There's a pattern, right? Oh, there's Effie. There's a pattern here where, right, whenever they put in a new Radiant Dawn unit, it's one of 4 units. It's Micaiah, it's Tiburn, it's Nysala, or Nyla. Like, that's all they do. And it's kind of disappointing because there's so many amazing Radiant Dawn characters that are not in the game yet. So as happy as I am to see Micaiah here, I do wish... Okay, never mind. I take it back. Never mind. I'm happy to see Micaiah. Yep, never mind. I'm not going to say anything bad. Plus speed. Minus resistance. Ugh, that's a bad IV. Maybe we'll fix that. We might use some trait fruit to fix that. So, yeah, I was going to say... I wanted to see other units, but Micaiah heard that and she showed up, so I can't really say much. Anyway, Micaiah is a colorless Tome Cav. She has 42 attack with the Super Boon, which is really nice. She has 37 resistance, though, and this is where I don't like it very much, because 37 resistance is not very much in today's metagame, which is kind of insane to say, because 37 resistance is a good amount. But the thing is, Micaiah's preference tome, Moonlight Drop, which has an amazing animation, is very resistance based, right? It has effective against armor, has effective against cavalry. It has cooldown reduction, which is really good if you want to hit those glimmers and those rupture skies and those moon bows. But the guaranteed follow-up attack, which happens with between 5 or more resistance and 14 or more resistance, or you get the brave hit when it's above 15 resistance, right? So the weapon's power is really focused on resistance. And so when it comes to that, you really need a high resistance stat. And the reason why this is important is because as Micaiah, one of Micaiah's biggest roles is going to be killing armors, right? Like that, she has effective against armors, and that's what you're going to want her to do. You're going to want her to really kill armors. But the armors have really high resistance stats, right? A lot of them have like 40, 43 resistance. Like they really get stacked there. And so I was hoping that Micaiah would have like even worse defense or speed. Like maybe Micaiah would have like, I don't know, like 26 speed or like 14 or 12 defense. Like just make it abysmal in all honesty, and just make her resistance really, really good. So that way she can have that brave hit more often, because it is 15 resistance, which is a lot of resistance to have. Now she does have the advantage of having +6 resistance in her weapon, and she also has the advantage of having prescience, her B skill, which also inflicts -5 resistance. So with that does help her resistance stat quite a bit. But even so, I wish there was, I wish her resistance stats was just a bit better, to be honest. Because the good thing is when you have really high resistance stats, when you run into those dragon save units like Fallen Rhea, you'll ignore her damage reduction, because her damage reduction is completely based off her resistance. So if you have equal or higher resistance, she's not getting any of that damage reduction, which is very, very important, right? It's a very big deal. I don't know if I want to keep summoning colorless, now that I think about it. I mean, she got a bad IV, so I guess we'll keep something. Oh gosh, I'm about to start wailing. I can feel it. I saw the ocean and my whale senses start tingling, and now I'm just like feeling the need to just start pulling. Still need Dimitri. We haven't gotten Claude, which is crazy, right? That is the thing with 4-star special rates. If they're blue, blue is the worst color, so definitely more difficult to pull. Even so, I was hoping I'd have at least one Claude by now. I was hoping to get quite a few, actually. But yeah, so the other thing with Micaiah is I think she's going to be really good on cav lines. That's where I think she's going to be best at. But she's going to need a resistance stat, like a really good resistance stat, so that way she can just really smack those save units really hard. So we'll have to see. That's where I'm thinking I'm going to use her at. I'm not 100% sure yet, but that's where I'm leaning so far. Okay, next we have the best 4-star demote we've ever had in Fire Emblem Heroes. Up to this point, I would say it was Brado Raphael. He is just a phenomenal dancer and support unit. If you do not have Brado Raphael, you're missing out. He's great. But now we have this Claude, and this Claude is just phenomenal. He does have weaknesses for sure, which we'll talk about a little bit, but as a 4-star special rate, like, he's just so good. He has 38 attack, 42 speed with a super boom. Very nice, very solid. His weapon... Why, Catcher, go away. Why couldn't you have been Claude? His weapon, Frozen Delight, is a conditional brave dagger with Canto remaining, cooldown reduction, attack and speed +6. Like, super, very, very powerful preference weapon. Hey, Ishtar. Nice. My Ishtar's actually getting pretty highly merged just from 4-star special rates. And that resplendent art is so good. So amazing. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my god, we're already at Spark. We're already at Spark? What the heck? What have I been talking about this whole time? Anyway, so Claude's gonna be able to do some really cool stuff. He's gonna be able to hit on that second hit with a glimmer, with a moonbow. It's gonna do a ton of damage. He had speed defense, rain fodder. Like, that's super good, super good fodder, amazing fodder. The thing is, the reason why Legendary Claude is so powerful as a unit is because he has no follow-up built into his weapon, right? And because what that means is that as long as he's outspeeding his enemies, he could deny their follow-ups. And that works really well with Fallen Star. Okay, so we are at 40. We are at 40. We don't have Claude somehow, which is insane. But we have Micaiah. We have Altina, or Edelgard. And we're going to get Dimitri here just because we don't have him. And there's no way we're not getting Dimitri, right? So we're going to spark for Dimitri here. Neutral is good. We could give him Trait Fruit, give him that plus speed if we really want to, which we might actually do. My Trait Fruit have been starting to get eaten up lately. Oh my god, dude, look at Dimitri's abs. Like, look at, he is so shredded. It's like absolutely ridiculous. I just did the paralog and him and Claude having a race, and Claude's just like, please, Dimitri, stop. Like, oh my gosh, that art is so good. So good. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep going. I'm only missing Claude, actually. Like, I could have stopped if I just pulled Claude. That's kind of insane. That's like actually really good. It's actually really good. We're only missing Claude. I just Colm there. Okay, anyway. So the thing about that, right, is that NFU makes it so that he's not getting doubled, essentially. And because of that, Fallen Star gives him that 80% damage reduction, which means that he's not going to die typically, unless you're like running into a lethality or a dead eye, like face first, essentially. But with this Claude, he doesn't have that. So if he runs into a far save, like Brave Hector, and he's not able to kill them, Hector's going to be able to smack him really hard. He's going to be able to deny his quad. So Claude will hit him twice. Typically, Hector does have guard, so he's not going to get a special. And then the first hit will not kill Claude because he has the Fallen Star damage reduction. But the second hit will probably kill Claude. And so that's like the only real weakness this Claude has. There are ways to remedy it. Obviously, you could run something like Courtly Fan to give him the null follow-up. I think that's dumb. Like, don't not use his preference weapon. His preference weapon's amazing in my opinion. The other thing you could do is use like Fallen Lilith, which, you know, that's always an option as well. But honestly, I just wouldn't worry about it. Claude's, you know, with any unit, every unit has some kind of counterplay, typically. If they don't, it's a problem. So I wouldn't really worry about it. Claude's an amazing unit, amazing demote. If you put blue dual infantry, no, flying, blue dual flying 4 on him, then he can also score 185 because of his preference B slot, which is really good for arena. And if you're not me, you could probably get him merged up pretty quickly here. For some reason, he doesn't want to come home from me. The other thing is you can technically do a lethality build if you're like using a blade effect. Still not the best, unfortunately. If you can find a way to give him like 1 cooldown reduction, like Legendary Hector or Brad Raphael, then he can also do it. So he is a very versatile weapon. You can really run a lot of different builds. But let's talk about Edelgard Altina here, our new harmonic. I'm gonna be, you know, if you know me, I like Edelgard, but she's not my favorite character by any means. But the second I saw Altina with her, I was just freaking out so hard. The art is phenomenal. They both look amazing. And this Edelgard just takes player phase armors to like a whole new level. Like, Fallen Edelgard was really powerful when she came out. She's still really powerful, especially as a Gale Force unit, in my opinion. That's how I've always used her. And this Edelgard Altina is even better, right? Which is insane. Why? No, I don't like you. You don't have anything. What do you have? Guard bearing. Sturdy impact. Oh my god. Get out of here. Get out of here. Bad fodder. That sucked. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so she has 61 attack. No super boon there though. But then she has 43 defense, 39 resistance with super boons in both. So very optimized stat line. She could have had a little bit less HP, but then also HP is really good, especially in Chaos Season where everything's going to have a higher HP threshold. So that's very nice. No blues. Am I just gonna keep pulling full circles? I feel like I shouldn't be doing this. I should be like pulling blues only or something. Huh. I can't believe Claude is the one who is evading me here. That's kind of insane. I do want merges though. I really do want merges, which is a very bad place to be. So we'll do this circle and then we'll oh my gosh. Oh, the whaling's gonna start soon. This is bad. Anyway, so she has a very good stat line. Her weapon is phenomenal. Like, this weapon is just insanely busted. It's so very good. It has cooldown reduction. It gives her +6 attack and inflicts -6 attack on the foe. You get 40% damage reduction on the first hit, which is very important because things like brave weapons are going to be able to hit her for full damage on the second hit. Also, like, first hit DR is good, but it's not amazing. Like something like Duo Ike, right? He has 40% DR on his first hit, which means you can't let him get outsped or he's going to get hurt. And so Edelgard will kind of suffer from the same thing. If you're using her like as a save unit, things like Deflect Magic can help with that, but that is something to consider. But the main thing about her weapon is that she has a brave effect in that weapon, right? The condition is very interesting where you have to have essentially like half of the enemy team within 3 columns or 3 rows, and then she gets that brave effect. It's pretty easy to do, honestly. It shouldn't be very difficult. But what this does is it allows her to be like a very powerful Gale Force unit, right? Because if you have used Legendary Edelgard or Fallen Edelgard a lot, like I have, especially Fallen Edelgard for me, the thing is that sometimes they miss kills. Okay, we have to get orbs. So I will be right back. I'm going to hold that thought. I will be right back. I honestly can't believe Claude is the one keeping me summoning. Oh my gosh, we're just not getting blues too. But it's really hard to pass up these colors because these are all good units. Anyway, so the thing with Fallen Edelgard and Legendary Edelgard is that they can fail to kill in that one hit. And because they don't kill in that one hit, it makes Gale Force less effective, right? Like you want to use each action to kill a unit essentially, which is something they can fail to do. Though in Chaos Season, they'll have an easier time. Legendary Edelgard does have Raging Storm, so like she's better against Dragons and Beasts, but even so, like they can fail to kill is the point. So with a Brave hit, you're not going to fail to kill very often. You're going to kill a lot of times. She's going to be able to hit really hard, destroy those enemies, and because it is a Brave hit, right, you can run something like Heavy Blade, and you can get the Gale Force off on that first combat. You go in, you hit twice, you get Gale Force right there, right? And so why this is really phenomenal is because it makes Edelgard extremely flexible. She can be the engagement. Are you kidding me right now? Bruh. You are not a focus unit. You are not a focus unit. Why are you here? You could have been 2 Edelgards. I do not like you. I do not like you at all. I'm going to fodder you after this. I don't know who I'm going to fodder you to. I'm going to find someone to fodder you to, and you're getting foddered. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Why does that happen sometimes? Anyway, the thing is she's really flexible, so you can have her engage. You can have her Wings of Mercy in. Not Wings of Mercy, I guess. I'll bring that up in a second. You can have her go in, right? She can hit twice, get the Gale Force to activate. Then she can move away from her allies, attack, and then have the Raging Storm activate. Something that Legendary Edelgard really can't do, right? You need to have her activate the Raging Storm on that first hit, typically. So that way she can get the Gale Force on the next combat. We are not getting blues. What is going on? We are not getting any blues. So it just makes her really flexible as a unit. It makes her very powerful. And then when Raging Storm actually does activate and you get the follow-up on Beast of Dragons, she's quadding. Not many things are surviving a quad from this Edelgard, right? Like, not very many things at all. So it just makes her just such a powerful unit. It lets her have that 4 cooldown Gale Force. It just lets her destroy things. She has Assault Troop now, so Assault Troop's going to give her that 3 move in cardinal directions. Though it counts as a warp, but who cares? Like, it's so good. The problem with Assault Troop really is that it is when it can stop it can be stopped by anti-warp. 2. Okay, nice, awesome. Got another Dimitri. So we'll have +1 on Dimitri. Do you have a good IV? You have plus speed. Okay. Okay, so Dimitri loves me. Edelgard and Altina love me. Claude hates me. Micaiah likes me. Okay, I think we gotta start just trying to get blues here, which, oh my god, that seems so crazy to be focusing on the 4-star special rate. Like, what the heck is going on here? I was hoping I'd get like 2 or 3. but we're just trying to get one now. But yeah, like the thing I was saying is that the things that will still be problematic are traps as well. Like obviously, if you assault troop onto a gravity trap, that can go very poorly. If you assault trap onto a hex trap, or assault troop onto a hex trap, she doesn't necessarily have enough HP, right? She's gonna struggle to get 60 HP outside of bonus seasons. Even with summoner support, she's gonna be at like 51, 56, which is not enough now because they improved it for some reason. So that's kind of a bit problematic, right? So when it comes to engaging, that's gonna be very interesting, right? You could technically run Wings of Mercy, but that's really gonna like diminish what makes her amazing. You really do want those 3 actions, and so you really do want to run Raging Storm, in my opinion. I can't believe this banner lasts 52 days. That's insane. Okay, there's blues. Give me Claude. Give me Claude. Give me Claude. So for me, right, what I want to do is using the Senate Florina team, because the Senate Florina has reverse Wings of Mercy, right? So she can give Wings of Mercy to the 2 Edelgards, which will allow Summer Edelgard to keep Raging Storm, and it will allow Fallen Edelgard to keep her Armored Wall, so that way I don't have to have Heavy Blade on both of them, right? Very, very good. The thing with the Senate Florina, though, is that you need to run a Fury, double Fury build. So you have to run Fury 4 and Fury 3. You also need to have an HP Bane. But after a single combat with that, you'll be able to be in the 60% range for her reverse Wings of Mercy. And the problem is the Senate Florina doesn't really have the killing power, right? If you have a bar save on the enemy team, she's going to struggle to kill them. That's just going to be the problem, right? She's not going to be able to do it. So what I'm thinking is that maybe you run Wind Sweep or Water Sweep on her, depending on how the meta ends up showing up in Chaos Season. And then she'll be able to do that. She'll survive, which is most important. And then you can just have all the Edelgards teleport in. And just between the 2 Edelgards, what the heck is going on? Like, the banner's going pretty good, but at the same time, like, I keep getting these random pity breaks. Does she have good fodder? No, not really. Like, it's okay. Okay, whatever. We're almost out of orbs again. What the heck? We don't have Claude. How do we not have Claude? How is this happening? It's because I keep summoning every color. I need to stop summoning every color. I need to focus. I gotta focus on blues, which is nuts. Okay. Give me blues. Okay, there's 2 blues. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's what I'm thinking, right? I think I'm gonna run like Senate Florina, maybe Fallen Edelgard and Summer Edelgard. That will give me 6 actions, and then Florina will have an 7th action essentially. Then I can run something like Dual Peony, which will then give more actions. The problem with Dual Peony though is having her actually be able to get in there, because Florina will not be. She'll have to rely on Florina essentially as an anchor instead of having Wings of Mercy as an anchor. So that will be interesting to try to figure out how that works. It's gonna need a lot of practice. But I do think it's possible. So that's something I'm thinking about. There are a ton of other ways to use this unit when it comes to Gale Force. But let's talk about enemy phase a bit. We didn't get Claude. Do I want to do the reds? I kind of want to do the reds. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're buying more orbs. Oh, the wailing. The wailing is happening. And it's for Claude. Like, Claude is the reason this is happening. I'm blaming Claude, even though I keep summoning on reds and greens and every other color. I'm gonna blame Claude. Anyway, yeah, so as a save unit, Edelgard's actually really, really good. You can think of her as like a super premium. Okay, actually, that's awesome. I don't have Skaha, so that's actually infantry flowers. That's amazing. Awesome. I don't know. That's probably not a good IV, but whatever. Okay, let's do the colorless tier, because why not? We need to get blues. We need blues so bad. Anyway, so with Edelgard, she's like a premium Arden. So you could run Hardy Fighter in her B slot. You replace Raging Storm. And then you have a save skill in her C slot. You give her like deflect magic essentially, because she doesn't have damage reduction against that second hit. And what that's going to do is it's going to make her a very powerful save unit, which we'll discuss once I come back with more orbs again. Okay, we're back again. So back to the enemy phase, right? So she's like a premium Arden. She's going to have that brave hit. So why this is so phenomenally good is because she can run Hardy Fighter really well. She can get hits, right? She gets her damage reduced from the defensive special she's running. She's going to hit back twice, a lot of times just killing the enemy outright. And she also recharges up her special again. So she's going to be able to run those 3 cooldown defensive specials that are really strong. She's going to be able to easily charge it as long as the opponent doesn't have guard. Like, it's just really, really powerful. Okay. Should we just, like, back out and summon only blues? I want to do the red. I want to do the red. Okay, I want to do all of them, to be honest. Man, this is so bad. Oh, the wailing. The wailing. I feel, like, bad, like, passing up possibly, like, a Dimitri or, like, an Edelgard, or, like, an Edelgard or a Micaiah. Oh, man. This is how they get you. This is why you should always color snipe, in my opinion. Like, on this banner, I can understand not color sniping because you want all the units. But then, like, at the same time, I've spent almost 300 or 400 orbs, and I still haven't gotten a single Claude yet, which is nuts. Because, like, if I had been sniping blues, like, that's the amount you're supposed to, like, get a plus 10 Claude in. Around there. It's like 400 to 500, 600. Anyway. So she's really, really going to be an amazing save unit, in my opinion, even though that's not going to be what makes her really unique. I think that Gale Force is, like, really where she, like, shines at. She will be a very good save unit, especially at, like, max merge, max investment. Because right now, the meta is very blue heavy when it comes to saves with Ascended Thune and Hector. And so there's a lot of green threats out there that are, like, to counter them directly, like Duo Dagger, like Atri. Finally! Oh my gosh, finally. There's Claude. Okay. I really want more than one Claude, though. So greedy. Plus attack. That's a good idea. Okay, we're definitely summoning these. I think we're going to just keep going. Oh my gosh, it's such a bad choice. Never follow Oblivion's examples. They're terrible whale examples. Don't do it. Bad idea, always. There's Shigure. I just want, like, one more Claude. Just, like, one more Claude. And maybe a Dimitri. Anyway, yeah, so this Altina Edelgard is phenomenal. Great unit. I don't think, like, they're broken, per se. They're very strong. Don't get me wrong. They're very strong. But, like, if we talk about broken units, I would say, like, Duo Dagger and, like, Valentine's Crom, right? Those are, like, 2 just immediately well-known broken units. Like, those are, like, you know, those are the units you have to get, essentially, in my opinion. Like, those are, like, must pools, essentially. Like, I don't think Altina Edelgard is a must pool by any means, but I think they're, like, right below that. Like, they're at, like, you should spark them kind of level. If you want to, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. If you want to stay competitive, that's not really true. You could definitely not have to pull them, but they are very good. So the last unit we want to talk about is Elincia. And I'm a massive Talius fan, as I'm sure you're aware by now. So seeing Elincia just makes me so happy to see that she's finally getting another ult. Unfortunately, she didn't get a preference weapon, but even so, her bow is phenomenal. It's so good. Such a great inheritable bow. Has that conditional brave effect, so it still has a lot of might on it. It has attack and speed built into it. Very, very good bow. Let me stop pulling everything. Her art looks really good too. And she has a pretty good stat line. She has 36 attack, 40 speed with a super boon. I do wish they would have gave her a little bit more attack, just because, you know, we are in, like, the ridiculous levels where, like, people have 40 attack and stuff. So I would like to see, like, 38 attack, but even so, it's still very, very good. Very solid stat line. Very happy to just have her in the game, and she will be getting plus 10, 100%. I'll be plus 10ing her. What the heck? What's all these random units? Go away, Kyria. I have pulled so many random Kyrias before. I'd probably have like a plus 10 if I merged them instead of foddering them. You could have been Edelgard. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about is Hall of Forms. We did get our Hall of Forms announced. We have okay. Oh wait, she's a 4-star special, right? Nice. That's actually really good because she has Flashing Blade 4 and NFU. So that's very, very good fodder. Not sure who I'm gonna sack her to, but I do want Flashing Blade 4, so that's really nice. Anyway, so we have Sarah, Ronan, Asbel, and Kempf. So this is actually a really good Hall of Forms. Sarah is an amazing unit. If you're gonna probably like, okay, nice, amazing. What a circle! Holy crap, 3 5-stars. Oh my gosh, today has been nuts. Plus resistance, better IV, amazing. So we can use this and merge. We'll probably merge because the fodder. How good is the fodder? I'd rather merge. I would definitely rather merge. We're gonna keep going. Oh my gosh. It's just I should stop. I should stop, but I'm gonna keep going. This is what I wanted. Perfect. This is an amazing circle. Give me like 2 Claudes, please. Anyway, so we have Sarah. I think Sarah is, if you're gonna form anyone, Sarah can be really, really good, because what Sarah can do is she can be that unit who makes a trap. Even in Chaos Season, she can do a trap with like Winter Burning, right? Which is really, really good. She neutralizes penalties, which is really strong. And unlike odd recovery or even recovery, it's every turn as long as you're meeting that HP condition. So that's really powerful as well. And the cool thing is with a Forma, I think it's possible to get Canto control on her. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. So if you can get Canto control on her, that's really, really strong. So she could be a very, very good Forma. Ronin, I don't think Ronin was ever really good in my opinion. He's like supposed to be like a mage tank bow unit. He never was good in my opinion, but you know, that's whatever. Asbel, kind of in the same spot as Ronin, like decent unit, but not phenomenal by any means. I might Forma him anyway because I don't have him, just so I could put like a Pokedex, get the Pokedex a little bit full. And then the other unit I think is really interesting is Kemp, because Kemp is a very powerful unit. He does have that like flash built into his weapon, right? So it's very good. He is outdated, don't get me wrong. He is an older sword cav. He's definitely not up the line with the newer sword calves, but he will be getting a refine eventually. And so it really depends on how good his refine is. So you could see this as like a future investment, which is a dumb way to look at things, but you could look at it that way. Personally, I don't think I will Forma him. I think I will Forma Sarah, if anyone. And then maybe Asbel, just because I don't have him. Okay. Can we please get a Claude? Please. If we get Claude here, we're just done. We're done. Just give me a Claude. I wanted so many Claudes. I'm kind of sad, because I really wanted to get... I wanted to get like a +1 Claude, and then I wanted to get speed defense rain fodder for Elincia. For both Elincias, actually. For the new Elincia and for Sword Elincia. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Okay. There's 2 Claudes. Can we get more Claudes? What IV are you? Plus attack as well. Okay. Cool. I know if Promise saw me sacrificing a Claude, she'd probably like kill me, but it's not like I want to, right? I don't want to sacrifice Claude. I love Claude. I have almost a +10 Claude when it comes to Brave Claude. But man, I really want that fodder too, because it's really actually really good fodder. There's not very many units who have it that I would be willing to sack. Like Jill had it, but then I +10 Jill obviously, so that didn't work out. And so I wouldn't really want to sack Jill anyway. I guess now I would because she's +10, but oh man, I think we're gonna stop here. I might come back later and whale even more. That might happen, just because I'm a dirty whale. I saw the beach and I can't control myself, but we came out with 2 Claudes. I don't know if I do the merge on Claude or if I use the fodder, because I really, really want Elincia to have speed defense rain. Either way, this banner was absolutely insane. We walked away with Dimitri's, Altina Edelgards, 2 Micaiahs, 2 Claudes, 2 Anans, which I'm not very happy with. Anan, you need to stop stalking me. Kyria, so many 5-stars. This was a great banner. Amazing pools. It took a while for Claude to show up, but he did show up eventually. So I'm just very happy with how this went. But now I would love to hear how the banner went for you. Did you pull on this banner? Are you saving orbs? I think most people are pulling on this banner. This banner is absolutely insane, and there's a ton of people's favorite units on it. So I'd love to hear your summoning session. How many orbs did you spend? Who were you going for? Were you able to get what you wanted? Were you trying to +10 Claude? And if you did, how many orbs did it take? If not, what unit were you aiming for? Because man, these units are just phenomenal. They're such great units, and there are going to be so many fun ways to use them. I'm definitely going to be making showcases for several of them. It's going to take probably a minute, but I'm very excited for Dimitri and Edelgard Altina, like the most probably. And then Micaiah will probably just show up on some defenses or something like that. I don't know. Either way, make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know how your summons went. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps the content coming out. This has been Oblivion, and I'll catch you all later with more Fire Emblem Heroes.